Says you're live. Well, we'll see. Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is your boy, the Crypto Siege, with another day in the life and the crazy life that is the digital asset space. What is going on, guys? Happy day after Thanksgiving. Yes, absolutely. It's going to be a good. This is going to be a good stream. It's so much. I got like 15 tabs covered, open. So I don't know how much I'm going to cover, how much I'm going to do. Nick Kelly, Nick Kenny? Hey, what's going on? How you doing, my friend? How are you? What's going on? Everything good, I hope. Yeah, I'm hoping that this. I finally got some a little bit of room, a little bit of time, with the Thanksgiving, the family, everything in. Wanted to cover some of the stuff, some of the recent news. So we're gonna talk about that new EU law just a little bit. Hopefully the stream is working good. Hopefully I'm not frozen. I hope that is the case. Yeah, I'm glad to have you here, my friend. Where are you checking in from? Blockchain Maine, what's good? What's good, my friend? How you doing? What is going on, bro? Everything's good. Yeah, so we're going to cover a couple of things, man. We're definitely going to look into this new EU law, and I get some of the good, but we're going to talk about some of the challenges that it could pose. What's that say? Blue Siege Truth. What's up, Siege? Love your content. Thank you, bro. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Nick Kenny is checking in from New Zealand. Wow, I appreciate you being here. Image frozen. What in the world is going on with my freaking thing there? Hey, Siege, what's up? Let me see what's up here, guys. I don't know why it's doing that. Let me check something. TJ is on it like, yo. He's like, yo, what is going on? So hopefully this is working good. I'm checking the OBS. It looks like the mic working fine. Hopefully, just tell me. So when you just see myself and my background and not my screen, hopefully that is not frozen. Hopefully that works well. I want to go over this new EU law with you guys and see what's going on there. I don't know why it's freezing like that all of a sudden. And I'm hoping it's just not the OBS. The OBS is tricky. I know Brad Kimes had like a little power outage and his OBS thing got kind of jacked up. So hopefully it's okay. Hopefully it is okay. So you can see my full screen now. Everything's good. Nothing frozen. And check out the background. I've been kicked out of my office, so I'm having to use this room while family's in town. So this is good. Legendary. Legendary. What's going on? M. Grimes, what's good, bro? How you doing? Marvin, what's up? Marvin is in the building. TJ Jackson, what's up, good people? Smash the likes on your way in. It's a road trip. It is a fast road to 5K. Absolutely appreciate that. So, guys, please smash the likes on the way in. It definitely helps with the algorithm with the channel. We're going to talk about a couple of things, all kind of crazy news going on. Ripple and the digital asset XRP is all up over Yahoo Finance. They can't wait to say something about the greatest digital asset ever created. Yeah, so we're showing like 5 likes and it's like 19 people on the stream right now. I know I'm catching you guys kind of right in between maybe your drive home. You probably haven't gotten home yet if you had to work today. But I wanted to do this one. I'm going to do another one later on tonight as well. But I wanted to cover a couple of things. I got like 5, 10, probably 15 tabs open. Can see you now, but there is still a delay. Gotcha. Thank you, TJ. I appreciate that. What does that say? XR Poly Liqueur. What is going on? How are you, my friend? I see cool. I'm not sure if this is a dude or a girl because I see both in the thing. I hope you're doing well. Blue Siege Truth said all is good. Staff Sergeant of Marines, what's going on? Brian Schreiber. That name sounds so familiar, like somewhere in my past life, but I think you've been in the stream before. Where have I seen that name before? Was it in the stream, Brian, where I saw your name before? Staff Sergeant of Marines, what's good, bro? EU law has no bearing on the U.S. Yes. Yeah, no direct bearing. Pointless unless U.S. laws are set. Correct. Sure, there might be a sign we're getting close to U.S. law in crypto. but damn, it looks good. U.S. is falling behind. Yeah, man, they're again, for me, Staff Sergeant Marines, I feel like they're waiting for everything to kind of get in place. I don't know. So we're going to go over this article here a little bit. I know it's probably the news of the day, but for me, I'm not so certain, how much of a good thing this is or is not. And Grimes says we are 4 weeks away from a big bang. I like to hear that, bro. I think it's on the way. I hear you. The TA, I know the TA from a couple of cats that I kind of respect in the space for what they're doing. They're saying it's going to be the same time frame as the kind of the 2016 December and January. So we shall see, man. We shall see. Oh, it's XRP Ali. Okay, cool. Where are you checking in from, XRP Ali? I love that name. Where are you checking in from? Brian Shire says yes, a couple of them. 2020 banks will hold XRP, says M. Grimes. Yeah, and it's looking like that, right? We'll hold XRP. So that's the thing, right? So I'm gonna go over this article real quick. This is kind of a little boring, but I just want to point out a couple of things here. So maybe you guys won't be able to see that. Can you? These streams are killing me. These streams are killing me. Dubion 2, what's going on? How are you? Let me cover this article because when I switch to that other scene, it's more of it's frozen a lot more so than when you just guys see me by itself. But I have to go to that to go over this article. XRP, Dallas, Texas. Oh, okay, that's what's good. We love Dallas, man. Dallas is fun, man. Dallas is a fun place to be. We were thinking about heading out to Texas one time, man. And, but we were looking into Austin, but yeah, love Dallas, man. Absolutely love Dallas. We used to go there to check out the games every single year. It's a football game with the Giants and the Cowboys or Redskins and the Cowboys, whatever. We would go out there and check that out, man. But I'm going to go over this article, and unfortunately, I'm going to have to change to a different scene so you guys can see the article instead of seeing me. So it may be a little bit frozen, but we'll see what's up. It's frozen there, too. What the world? There it is. Yeah, it's a little thing. So I got to check on my settings again, see why it's doing that. Let's go to this here. Still frozen. I want to show you guys this article. So you guys know about the new law, right? The new EU law, banks allowed to hold and sell Bitcoin as of 2020. The planned fourth EU money laundering directive stipulates that banks may hold and sell Bitcoin from 2020. This has opened up a new business segment for banks and represent new competition for already established banks, for already established cryptocurrency exchanges. So far, the European Union has shown a negative attitude towards the digital assets and associated digital assets, cryptos and associated digital assets. That's interesting, such as Bitcoin, Ether, and XRP, with money laundering, terrorist financing. However, this view seems to be turning slowly but surely. Yep, Fourth Amendment. Okay, that's good. The EU has launched a new bill on the money laundering directive, which is scheduled to enter into force in 2020. Cool. Until now, banking institutions were prohibited from offering virtual assets or storing them for customers. I'm going to switch from this because you guys, I don't need to read this all to you. But the thing for me with this is, is this a good thing or is this a good thing? Is this a good thing or a bad thing, right? And so, and one aspect, right? It's the EU is kind of moving a little bit ahead, a little bit faster than the U.S. And it's great that they're going to get a chance to hold the digital assets. But if you read that article, there was some pushback on the other end of that, and that banks are, they're going to be looking to kind of sell and look. Everyone knows the money that these exchanges are making is crazy, right? Like crazy. So the banks are wanting to get in on that, right? They're wanting to get in on that, and even people from their own side, from the banking industry, is pointing that out and saying that, that the banks could possibly take advantage and manipulate, if you will, kind of tweak that lever, right, to create leverage and just kind of end up, charging whatever they want to charge to hold your assets, for transactions, and all these different things like that. And so even people in the banking industry are saying that this could possibly lead to banks, in a way, taking advantage of mainstream media. And so, right, taking advantage of mainstream media, taking advantage of mainstream America, right? And so taking advantage of the masses. And my thing is, number one, they wanting to get in on the, they're wanting to get on the cash flow that's in the digital asset space. They're recognizing people like CZ Binance, taking 1.5 days to become a multimillionaire, right? I mean, the exchanges are going crazy, so they want to take advantage of that. It's not like they're doing something, for us, but the challenge is those of us in the digital asset space, and this is my concern, are we really trying to put our crypto in the hands of a bank? Hey guys, please smash the likes on the way in, even if you take a second or so to go out and smash the likes or collapse that chat, X out of that chat, and then smash the likes. I would definitely appreciate it. It's got 13 likes and 35 people in the stream, so I would definitely appreciate that, helping out with the algorithm for sure. Right. So here's the thing, right? Do you feel comfortable with putting your digital assets in the bank or in the hands of the bank? I don't feel comfortable with doing that. And here's the thing that I'm also concerned with. At one point in the future, are we going to even have a choice? That's one of the things I'm concerned with. In the future, are we even going to have a choice? So I am definitely not comfortable with doing that. But because what's the difference between my digital money with the bank and the fiat dollar with the bank, right? Once they have control of it, they have control over it. And are we going to no longer have access to it, right? That's my concern. So I don't know. I get the whole XRP part, right? Because we want banks to hold XRP, but I'm talking about custody. I don't want to take my personal XRP and leave it with the bank. Nope. I mean, would you guys take your personal XRP? And I would love you guys to respond to this in the chat. Would you guys take your personal XRP or any other digital asset that you hold and put it in the bank? Put it, give the bank access to it. Anybody? Lucky XRP Investor says, hell no. To letting banks hold it. They can buy it. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Devon Steve, what's good, bro? Evening, Siege. How are you doing tonight, man? I'm doing outstanding, man. Blessed. Absolutely blessed. Lucky XRP Investor. I like that. Hey, CJ, XRP is for sure asset to hold, but I think you and your viewers should not be sleeping on Hedera Hashgraph. Yeah, I'm faintly familiar with Hedera Hashgraph. I know it's that up and coming thing, and blockchain is kind of that next level blockchain with Hashgraph, right? What do you guys do? What is the digital asset? It's an HBAR, right? Yeah, I'm a little familiar with it. I can't say that I have as much knowledge about that digital asset as I do XRP, but yeah, I know a lot of people. It's that kind of future thing for sure. If the price is right. Passionate Rick, what's going on? So you're saying that Passionate Rick, would you put your digital assets in a bank? So you're saying that you should suggest that you might get some interest or something from leaving in there? All we need is 2 central banks, Europe and Japan. Yeah. So M. Grimes, I see what you're saying, right? So we want the banks to be able, we want them to be able to hold XRP without question. But my question is would you put your digital assets, right? Because the banks are talking about, we can custody your digital assets, right? That I'm not too sure about. Yeah, you know what I mean? Alex G, what's good, bro? Oh man, I appreciate you being here. I'm in the background with family and you saying in the dentist. I appreciate you being here, Alex. M. Grimes, I'm surrounded by millionaires. Can't you smell that money? Absolutely, man. Foot strong. What's going on? What's going on, bro? Hey, Siege and everyone, weekend at last. Yeah, all right, I hear that. What up, Mick Woody? What's going on, bro? I don't think I've seen you in the stream, man. Glad to see you here. Brian Schreier says XRP will most likely be close to $10 on Coin Fair. I'm about to go to that here in a few, bro. On Coin Fair Value website by the end of Q1 2020. Okay, yep, I can see that. I think there's a really good chance, Brian, that it's going to be $10 period everywhere. Like even the CMC, and it's a good chance that the XRP price is going to be $10 everywhere. Because Coin Fair Value has their own things in terms of metrics. They kind of do it based upon usage, which I love. But I'm like, for me, guys, I'm like, I don't want to put my digital assets in the bank, man. And I'm concerned about, possibly saying that you have to kind of put them there. And here's the other thing to think about too, as well. What's gonna happen when? Just think about this. Charles Schwab just snatched up TD Ameritrade, right? TD Ameritrade had the thing going on with ErisX, right, in that exchange, right? So TD Ameritrade entered into the digital asset space via ErisX. Charles Schwab's now buys TD Ameritrade. Basically, it's done. So now Charles Schwab they're in the digital asset space. So my thing is with this whole thing, with this whole new EU law, what's going to happen to the small startup companies that are allowing us and giving us access to individually hold our own assets and be responsible for the security of them ourselves? What's going to happen if Ledger X gets snatched up by Google or some major financial firm? We all know Ledger X is not going to say, nah, we're good. We want to really keep, we really want to, right? What if they snatch it up? So let's say a regulatory compliant financial institution now offers Ledger X tens of millions of dollars, and now they snatch up that company and the technology behind it, but they snatch up a company and they're under regulatory compliant. And if it's a regulatory compliant company, what's the Fed going to say about them in this Ledger X? Are they going to turn over technology so now they have access to our stuff? That is my concern with this whole bank and the EU law being able to hold assets. Are they going to do this custody? Are the banks going to do this custody, and will we don't turn over our private keys, right? Because I know there are some custody places where you can still custody your assets, but you don't turn over your private keys. And don't get me wrong, I'm not, I know we have to evolve from having a Ledger Nano S and having to safeguard it in all these different places, and we got to make sure that it doesn't get burned down, and right, got to deal with the crypto tabs of the world, the crypto steals of the world to secure your assets. I get that, but I don't want to be in a position where the banks are claiming that it's so safe, and in a position where I can't have control. I don't want to give up access to my private keys. Now, I'm sure that a lot of people in the community, the digital asset community, not XRP, would echo the same sentiments that I have. But my family, my sister, that they don't care, right? So the mass is going to be like, oh, it's a bank, cool. It's probably going to be insured. You know what I mean, right? It's probably going to be insured or something like that. Insured, fiat dollars are insured up to a certain dollar amount. But once the bank has holds of them, they can do that. They can do the negative interest, right? They can do the bail-ins, right? Right. You could start out with $100 today and have 97 or 95 tomorrow, and there's nothing you can say. That's what I'm concerned about. That's what I'm concerned about. So let me check out some of the comments here. Dubion2 says, don't trust the banks because they are all the old money. Exactly, Dubion2. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly right. It is old money personified. Okay, are you guys talking amongst yourselves? Yeah, probably. Let me check out some of these other things, other comments here. Hell no. The dude says, hell no, he's not putting his money. I'm telling you, XRP, Ali LaCour says, no, I would not. Yeah, absolutely. If it's insured, M. Grimes says, if it's insured, my thing is, yeah, right. So I just said it. The digital dollar is insured too, right? But man, do they have, once they have control, they have control. And it's not, you could say, right? If they want to take a few dollars off here or there or whatever, I'm concerned. It's not really just the fees that I'm concerned with. Guys, 24 likes, 45 people on the stream, only 24 likes. Please smash the like buttons coming in. Yeah, Staff Sergeant Marine says get a nano, right? But did you guys, Staff Sergeant Marines, what about the scenario I just posed to you, bro? What happens when the ledger X's of the world gets snatched up by these bigger companies? What's going to happen then? You know what I mean? Havens Frederick says, we got to let the bank hold it. Why is that, my friend? Tell me why we have to do that. I'd love to hear that. Let's talk about that for a second. Why would you say we have to do it? We got to let the bank hold it. Why would you say that, my friend? Foot Strong says, probably not. No need to anymore with distributed ledgers. Cosmos, says M. Grimes. Yeah, well, I'm not sure what you're alluding to with Cosmos, but if you're saying that's a way that you can still keep your digital assets, or how are you relating Cosmos to this conversation, M. Grimes, in terms of the banks and allowing them to hold your digital assets? Are you just talking? You just promoting Cosmos and what they're doing with Kava? I mean, Cosmos has some great stuff. Yeah, William Leather says Hedera is 2 years off. XRP is now. Yeah, and Hedera is 2 years off from beginning to kind of get their, making us kind of a statement that they're here and they're here for the long term. XRP's kind of already gone through that process. 2.7 cents. Yeah, wow. They would have to, Passion Rick, they would have to buy it for me. Banks are run by lawyers, says Jack Fortune. Yeah, don't trust it. I don't trust it. Would I like a safer way to store my digital assets rather than a Ledger Nano? Yes. But I don't want to, I'd rather do something with PolySign. I think I would trust PolySign more so than I would trust the bank. Deep Mind Lab Visionaire, what's good? Well, I appreciate you being here, Deep Mind Lab. I definitely appreciate you being here. Ralph Raymond says, better security with banks, especially for inheritance issues and insurance. I may put 50% with them if they pay good interest. Okay, so you're figuring there's going to be an interest involved in doing that. Yeah, I hear you. Absolutely. And they also have these little small startups, that are trying to custody and trying to, act a lot of ways like the banks and having insurance behind them but not giving you your private access. That's a tough road. That's an uphill battle, right? But I tell you, I would rather support a startup company or small company, whatever, trying to do that, right? So they can evolve their business model, and if their mantra is, if their staple is going to be not giving up your private keys, I'm with that. I promote that. I would help them in any way to help them grow that system, that business model. You know what I mean? This thing, man, I try to scroll, it scrolls. Been telling my bro-in-law that Ledger could offer collateralized loans right from the device through the decentralized exchange. Is that right? Can they do that? Can they do that? I saw Ledger X on a big federal, I think it was the Financial Stability Oversight Committee. I felt like Ledger X was in there somewhere as one of the participants. I'm not sure how they would have been, what they would have participating in. Their interest won't beat the regular gains you will attain from just holding. Keep your own crypto. Be smart. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's kind of where I am. That's what. But here's the thing, though. Lucky XRP investor. The thing is that the masses are going to be like, oh, it's a bank. Oh, it's insured. Oh, okay, here. And the banks know that, right? The banks know it. That is the challenge. Right? The banks know that we in the community, like they know we are the small minority. They know it. They know it. Yeah, you know what I mean. They know it, and they know it. And the EU law. I mean, again, it's a good thing for us as XRP hodlers. But in terms of me saying, okay, here's my freaking VeChain, here's my XRP. Nah, nope. Don't trust the banks. Let them hold some, but never all your assets. That's a good point. DeepMind Lab Visionaire says, don't trust banks. Let them hold some, but never all your assets. Yeah, you have to cash out at some point. M. Grimes, and here's the thing that we're getting this bull run. Sure, this is probably going to be a little cash out thing for this bull run, but in the future, man, a couple 3 years, maybe 3-4 years, maybe 3 or 4. I don't know about that cash out thing like 3 or 4 years from now. Like 3 or 4 years from now, I don't know about that whole cash out. Like you probably won't have to. I would let Block Card hold my XRP. I'm not familiar with Block Card. Avens Frederick, tell me more about that. They got you coming in and coming out. Says M. Grimes. I know, man. And I just want more options. I'm telling you, I'm more down to deal with Kava Labs and deal with the collateralized loans, right? Than I am putting it with the bank without question. Brian Schreier, M. Grimes, how long do you think it would take to reach $1,000 to be liquid enough to supply a quadrillion market? 5 years? Yeah. We shall see. We shall see how long it's going to take to get to 1,000. What's this? Pang, oh man, I cannot pronounce your name, bro. Constantopoulos. Is that a Greek name? Pangnigiostis Constantopoulos. No, I can't do it, bro. I'm sorry. I'm just going to call you PK. XRP Army. What's going on? Devon Steve. I reckon having your crypto on a ledger or Trezor or AliPal will be the equivalent of having a safety deposit box. It will be. But yeah, it's going to be very much like that. And the challenge is now keeping that safety deposit box safe. How you keep it safe, right? I think that's the thing. I wish somebody can kind of get a business going and something like, how do you keep those safe? How do you keep those safe? You know what I mean? Because the whole idea of worried about someone, now you gotta, if you're holding on, are you going to keep it somewhere? Where are you going to keep that safety deposit box? Like that's the thing. Because right now you got to go to these banks, right? So what's the real safe place for our quote unquote safety deposit box, Devon Steve? DeepMind Lab Visionaire, yes. Decentralized exchanges are the answer. That's my thing is, are they going to be able to make it, man? Are they going to be able to stay around? Are they going to be able to stay around? That's the thing. Because because it's like, the G20 get together and kind of come up with some laws, and the decentralized exchanges could be no more. That's the thing that concerns me. M. Grimes says, just think if Saudi Arabia goes on XRP, millions of barrels of oil a day on XRP. Yeah. And things are happening with Saudi Arabia. We all know that. But what is Block Card, though? That's what I'm asking, my friend. I'm not familiar with Block Card. He said, wait, let's do this again. What? XRP Army? Yeah, I don't know. I can't pronounce that name, bro. I don't want to mess it up either. But it sounds like that's a Greek name. Is it not, my friend? Is it not PK? Is that a Greek name? Eris Apollo, what's going on? How are you? Holding a Ledger Nano is like being in the early times holding stock. It is, without question. Without question. Certificates in your safe, yes. FIs should mature where they hold custody and you won't have to cash out. Yes, they should. My thing is, if they hold it, do they have access to your money? Do they have your private keys? That's really my deal. Sam I am already explained that Hedera is inferior project. Oh, okay, you're talking amongst yourselves. Put your crypto in an estate. Yep. And that's the thing too. That's a great point, Staff Stars of the Marines, and we're going to be able to do that as well. That's going to come because that's part of the whole financial system, being able to put your stuff in an estate. And the other thing about it is, you got your family members who, you're going to get that estate, you're going to get them some whatever when you pass. Are they going to be able to maneuver through a Ledger Nano S, right? So they can maneuver to the bank, they have access to it, and they can get right. But what are they going to do about a Ledger Nano, right? If you got a 5-year-old grandson or daughter today, how are they going to navigate through your Ledger Nano? That's the thing. That's the challenge. I don't understand what he's getting frustrated. What are you getting frustrated about, bro? Did I do something? I'm trying to understand what you're trying to say. I'm just saying that I apologize. I cannot pronounce your name correctly, so I was wanting to call you PK. M Grimes, what's it say? SSOM, brilliant, dear Watson. I'm not sure you guys talking. M Grimes says, try getting your money on the exchange when everyone else is trying and cash out at the same time. That's right. That's right. There's a challenge. There's a challenge to it. And so you gotta put those sell orders in, right? You gotta put them in quick. You gotta put them in a day or so in advance. Because it's gonna be, you're right, 100%. It's gonna be challenging, very, very challenging to do it through the exchanges. I'm guessing depending upon what the exchanges are. Yeah, I know some of the OTC markets, right? That's a lot simpler place to do it, depending on how much you cash out. And I will tell you this: the OTC markets will be interested. They will be interested in having your XRP. That I can tell you. Yes, right, Devon Steve. Ordinary people feel safe with the banks. They will also give credibility to the world of digital assets. That's true. Very true, bro. Because even now, there is still the Silk Road stigma. Yep, absolutely, man. And the banks know it. Look, the banks know it. They know it without question. They know it. Only the small community here in this digital asset space is going to be leery of the banks. And for me, first thing I'm going to want to know is, do you have access to my private keys? That's the thing that I'm going to want to know. Do I still hold my own private key? Yes, sir. Well, take care, bro. Deep Mind Lab Visionaire. Take care, man. We'll see you on the next one, man. The dude says, hopefully by then we can just spend our crypto. The tax laws needs to change first. Yes, without question. Yeah, and for me, if they transition those from an XRP to those drops, then you're in a position, right? Then you're positioned to kind of spend it, right? Just hold on to it and kind of spend it like you want to spend it. Devon Steve says, I reckon there may well be two types of digital accounts. One where it behaves like an ordinary hot wallet, where we just have control of the public keys. The tag is the equivalent of your bank account. Yeah, that's an option as well. Yep. Yeah, XRP freedom. That's a good point. I think banks holding digital assets are a necessary evil to help bring in more adoption. Yep. Absolutely. King says Coinbase is a little high on the fees. It's a great place to get out and a great place to get in and get out. Very, very true. But I'd imagine, bull run times and stuff like that, Coinbase is going to still be a little busy. It won't be as busy as obviously doing something on an exchange, but they're going to be busy. Oh, okay. I was just trying to be funny, says P-Gate. I got you, bro. I got you, man. The best cash out spot right now is, as Def King says, the best cash out spot is Coinbase, without question. Absolutely, man. It really is. You got to put up with the fees a little bit, but at least it can be smooth. We'll see how they operate on this next bull run. Thomas says, "Hey, Crypto Siege, finally got you live again." Oh, I'm glad you're here, man. Jared XRP, what is good? What is going on? Second, there will be for a fee, absolutely, a hot wallet where you have the private key, but both types will be open to governments and tax. Yeah. I mean, I like that. I like that. I mean, hey, if I got, yeah, hot wallet where you have your private key, I'm good with that. I just don't want to be given full control over it. But if they come up with something like that, Devon Steve, I could roll with that. DL Siege, what's up? What's going on, my friend? Dion Johnson says, "What about putting your earnings in a stable coin so the run dies down?" Yeah, you could do that. Absolutely, holds its value. If you're good with waiting a few days or whatever for it to kind of slow down, or if you can always be right. That's another thing. You can always put it in that stable coin and maybe try doing something in the wee hours in the morning when everyone's sleeping, trying to cash out that way, or get your cash that way. Absolutely. Yeah, Coinbase is 25,000 a day, right? You got to do your different levels of security or identity, but yes, absolutely. So I saw I was reading somebody's article today on XRPRippleNews.com, I believe it was. And he said it's like doing $200 a month in XRP. I just got my better half's brother to finally get some XRP. So $200 a month. Staff Sergeant Marine says, "CJ, or Siege as I like to use, do you think President Trump ushers in truth and reconciliation in our economy? Example, pardoning everyone's mortgages, school loans, etc." I could see the school loans. Everyone's mortgage, I don't know. I don't know how he would get away with being able to do that. I could see something if people are under helping them get back, but I don't know about completely pardoning it. I don't know. DL says, "Been saying for over a year, banks will have you use their wallet very soon." Yeah. If they make a good one like Devon Steve says, man, where, two types of, hot wallets, if you will, where you have one of them is you have your private key. Yeah, absolutely. Thomas says, "It's going to behoove the banks and institutions to offer to hold on to our crypto. Simply too much capital out there to ignore. They will and probably have figured it out." Yeah, absolutely, of course, because it's a money machine. I mean, it is like, you know what I mean? It's just a money slot machine without question, and they know it. They know these exchanges are killing it. What is this? Mark Wilgus. I don't believe I've seen the stream, bro. Thanks for being here, man. I appreciate that. Any thoughts on Atomic Wallet? Sorry, I got in here late. Hey, no worries, bro. Glad you're here. Best regards and Thanksgiving for a better world through crypto, without question, man. Hope you had a great holiday yesterday, man. Start hitting the likes, guys, says the Bonstein. Absolutely appreciate that. It definitely helps with the stream. 50 people in the stream and 35 likes. Dead XRP, Mark, I have Atomic Wallet and a Nano, love it. I don't know much about the Atomic Wallets, though. What's up with that? Is it an easy, simple thing? Right now, I'm just running, just running with the Nanos. Yeah, just running with the Nanos, and and it's challenging because you got to get up out the house and get to a place to get your Nanos, and it's like, it's challenging, but I'd rather do that than with the banks. The banks are gonna have to come up with a good option for me, right? Because you got to secure up your Nanos, and you got to put them in a secure place, right? You got to do all these safeguards. I don't know anything about them. I don't know about the atomic wallets, but I would like to learn more about them, man. So, Jared, tell me about this atomic wallet. What is that all about? Martin 958, how you doing, my friend? I've seen you in my commenting on my in my videos before. Will 4,000 XRP be enough to be a millionaire? I can't tell you when, but I would say definitely it will be. But I just can't tell you when that will be. You know, I've always looked at it when I looked at digital assets and XRP. I'm always looking at picking a price, picking a value amount like $1 million, right? And then just going on a goal to get there as soon as possible. And so for me, in other words, for me is to keep accumulating. For me, the goal is to keep accumulating XRP at these low prices. So getting to $1 million, I can get there sooner rather than later. Right. And so for me, that's always been my goal. I mean, you guys kind of have to kind of do your own thing. You know, I certainly would not tell you what to do with your money. You certainly don't want to listen to a guy on YouTube when it comes to doing your money, but that's always kind of been like my goal. Yeah, I'm always thinking, oh, the more I get, the sooner I don't have to wait, right? The more I get, the sooner I don't have to wait. Brian Schreier says, CJ, do you think XRP will rise slow and steady or do a Shane Ellis kind of move? Hey, Brian, I am definitely on the Shane Ellis tip, man. I am definitely in the Shane Ellis camp, without question. Without question. And I just think that whatever people are that part of this ecosystem, whether it be the market makers, whether it be the pool, you know, people that are the pool providers, you know, whether it be the X pool, whether it might be BIS or the DTC or the DTCC or the clearinghouses, whether it be the people on the RippleNet. My thing is that they're probably waiting to make sure all of those pieces are in place, right? So, you know, if this part of this whole thing is not working, they got to make sure this part is working right? Because they can't have any mishaps. So I really do believe it's going to be more of the Shane Ellis theory, and in one, a flipping of the switch, or I don't know, the NASDAQ or someone, you know, comes up with this price set, if you will, and says the XRP is this price. And I think, you know, all the people in place, the market makers, the market takers, the people providing liquidity, whether it be the BitChecks of the world, the people that have nodes that are running XRP nodes, like the SEC, in fact, is running a node, or if it's, you know, the Bitrue, I think they all have to be in place. Ripple is coordinating with the people that are doing their thing on the RippleNet. Ripple's right. Ripple has people in place that are going to be liquidity providers, market makers, market takers, whatever it is. All the different pieces have to be in place, and there's going to be a flip, a synchronization. And I forget who mentioned that, but it was one of these people outside of the digital asset space who talked about this synchronization taking place, whether it be the ISO 20022, but I think they have to be in place. You know, that's what I think. And here's the thing, the Shane Ellis there, you can't have a price set range because it could be where it is now, and the Shane Ellis thing could work tomorrow, depending on, you know, 2 or 3 different entities getting in and saying they want something, right? He was talking about this, you know, this buy pressure and this sell pressure, you know. So, and basically, Shane Ellis there is basically saying it doesn't have to be tons and tons of people wanting to buy and or sell. You know, it could be this buying pressure, and I really do believe that with the Shane Ellis. It makes more sense because the slow and steady is just, it hasn't been a slow and steady thing. It's been a very manipulated price holding down, if you will. So it's hard to say. But I will tell you this, Brian, you know, just from a couple of TA guys that I trust in this space, I mean, they're seeing XRP during this next bull run going anywhere. It's one guy says up to like 20, you know, he believes 25 to, you know, $28. You know, and they both kind of agree on the $5 to $10 range in this bull run. You know, so we shall see. Coach Mike says, yo, what's going on, man? He says, yep, global synchronization. Feel like that. I really do feel like that's kind of the deal. Jed XRP says, I believe that all the XRP is gone already. Only what's on the exchanges is left. Yep. Yep. I can see that. Jag17, what's going on? Hello, Crypto Siege. Hope you had a nice Thanksgiving. I did. I hope you did the same as well. Walton E. Griffiths Jr. is in the building. How are you? The banks in Germany are fully invested in cryptos. You're correct about the Shane Ellis theory. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Brian Sharris, thanks for the $5 super chat, bro. I appreciate that, man. Definitely appreciate that. You're correct about the Shane Ellis theory, says Walton E. Griffiths Jr. Yeah, and the banks in Germany, yes, they are fully invested. And that, the fact that they're the ones that kind of starting the impetus with this new EU law is not surprising at all. First, number one, they're smart as heck. The Germans are smart as heck. And they want to be ahead of the times. They don't want to be behind it. And so they see what's kind of going on. You know, they see the money that can be made. And hey, I am not opposed to some entity getting paid. I just don't want to lose control. I don't want to lose control, and I want to have options, right? I want to have options when it comes to paying, charging fees or anything like that. Coach Mike says, I want to see a $5, $10, $20, $50, $100, and over $100 will probably take 5 years. Yeah, I think 5 years for the $100. I don't think it's going to be 5 years for $5, $10, or $5 or $10 without question. And here's the thing, guys. You guys got to always remember this. Robert Westberg, what's good, bro? Yeah, I've been shouting out your name, man, and give you major props on all my live streams, bro. I keep quoting your comments to the people in the community that are on the chat, man. I'm glad you're here, man. Yeah, so $5 or $10, I think is a real possibility in this next bull run. But again, I also think that the NASDAQ is kind of in the background. They mentioned the XRP liquidity index and they haven't said anything since then. And I think there's a reason why they're being so hush-hush. There's got to be some major significance in Charles Schwab deciding to acquire TD Ameritrade. Because Charles Schwab is not missing out on the greatest transfer of wealth in history, man. They're not missing out on this cash behemoth that is the digital asset space. They're not missing out on that. Staff Sergeant Marine, let's get everyone to buy $100 worth of XRP to crash the exchanges. Yeah, it's funny you should say that because the Modern Investor, and if you guys are not following the Modern Investor, you definitely want to go follow that dude. Real big fan of the XRP digital asset and the community. Definitely want to follow him. The Modern Investor is probably TMI on YouTube, but he suggested that one time, ways back, maybe 9, 10, if not even a year back, right? Because he was saying we don't have to wait for Wall Street or all these different people to get in the market. We could go out and make the market happen ourselves if everyone just went out there and bought a certain amount of a digital asset back. He was saying Bitcoin back then, but that's an interesting thing. It's funny you should say that. It reminded me of that TMI, the Modern Investors video. Jose Cruz, what's going on, bro? Hi from Venezuela. Glad to see you in the stream, man. Glad to see you in the stream. I'm so glad you're in the digital asset space, man. Because hopefully, in your own way, you're educating more and more people from your country to get involved in this space, man. And hopefully you turn them on a little bit about the greatest digital asset ever created. That is XRP. Mr. Wendell, hey, what's up, Crypto Siege? How you doing, my friend? Jared XRP says, I believe this bull run is going to blow our mind. Look at the Popeyes chicken sandwich craze. Imagine crypto that is deflationary. Yeah, I know, right? My daughter was part of that craze. She got us 2 times in a week, went out and got Popeye's chicken. And we don't do the fried deal. But yeah, twice she had us go out there, running out there getting Christmas. Robert Westberg says, LOL, been meaning to join more of these. I'm glad you're here, man. Work has been a bear. I can imagine, bro. Like the market. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. What does that say? Retorad? Retorad? Is that Retorad or Readerad? Or is it just Read Rad? Bro, the regret will be real for people that didn't get in now when we've been telling them. I won't feel sorry. I'm not going to feel sorry. I'm not going to feel sorry, but I am going to do everything I can to educate as many people as I can. But I'm not going to feel sorry because, hey, you know, all you can do is do your part, right? All you can do is do your part, but I'm not going to feel sorry. I'll feel bad for them because this greatest transfer of wealth is happening. And without question, guys, we are early adopters. This is a new, we're part of this whole new, what I want to say, asset class. The digital asset space is a new asset class, without question. Same way there's commodities. In this digital asset space, this asset class is going to swallow all of the others. And we're early to the game. Can you imagine? Imagine have been around when before gold was gold? That's where we are. I'm telling you, that's where we are. And the great thing is you don't have to own too many digital assets. But the good thing is about us, and when that's different than the masses, is we're educated more so. Like, how many people know about Hedera Hashgraph? How many people know about Cardano? Right? We are so ahead of the game. How many people know about EOS? The good and the bad. The good and the bad of EOS. How many people know? The good and the bad of Cardano. How many people know? We are so early to the game. It is unbelievable how early we are. And it's just a matter of leveling up, as I like to say, leveling up your financial IQ so that when you get that bull run, you know what to do with it, right? Leveling up your digital assets space IQ, because there are other digital assets out there that can get you some gains, right? XRP is the truth. XRP is the one. But there are other digital assets that can get you some gains, right? They can help to bring some cash flow in, right? Without question. But the other part is you do have to level up your XRP IQ, because you have to know what it is that you hold, because there's a game being played. And they know how to play the game better than us. It's because most of us have never, ever been in the financial space before, ever. Right. And so they know how to play the game. They know they have time on their side. Right. They know that perhaps they got their cash flow up better than a lot of people. Right. And so they can wait longer. So that's why I say it's so important to level up in those 3 areas so that you can win the game that's being played here. Be careful. What's that? Somebody said, be careful of the tier 1 banks. I got to read that. This thing, man, I try to be careful of the tier 1 banks. They just may shut you out of your account if you deposit. That's what Thomas is saying. Deposit from your crypto sale. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Shut you out of your account if you deposit from your crypto sale. So, I mean, you mean if they sell it, they're going to try to keep that money? Yeah. You just never know. Coach Mike says Schwab could have been holding up the regulators until they got the deal done. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Without question. People can try to sleep on Schwab. Schwab is old money. That is old money right there. So I would not doubt that in the least bit, Coach Mike, because that's old money. They were back in the Bretton Woods days, right? So you never know. Because I can guarantee you there's a reason why it wasn't because TD Ameritrade got a certain amount of financial assets under their belt that they're managing. It's because they've taken the move. They've made 2 or 3 steps into the digital asset space. That's why Schwab is on them. That was a big domino to fall, says Coach Mike. Yeah, very good point, man. Very good point. Yeah, there isn't going to be a clone version. The big thing, I think, Shane Robinson. What is going on, bro? Yo, your son is killing it, dude. Your son is killing it. Shane Robinson is in the building. Good to see you, man. What's up? Morning from Japan. Oh, man. Wow, that's crazy. I'm glad you're in the stream, bro. It's good to see you, man. Your son is killing it. He is, that young man is doing his thing. Oh, that's good to know, man. Jose Cruz. I'm glad to hear that. Jose Cruz says, I am, because I told him about promoting the digital asset space. Count on me on XRP Army to promote XRP, the great world transfer. Yes. I'm glad to hear that, bro. Proud of you, man. Alvin Restrepo. Bull run is over. What is Popeye's fried chicken? That's one of those. I'm not sure where you're from, my friend, but that's one of those American restaurants. It's called Popeyes, and it is very good. But boy, it is not so good for you. You guys are chatting amongst yourself. I love that. This is nuts, yo. What's good, man? Hey, Siege and everyone. How you doing, my friend? Bro, people calling me crazy when I tell them about XRP. I know, dude. That's Read. I think that's Read Rad or Red Rad or Reader Rad or Redder Rad. They tell me I'm wasting my money. We'll have the last. We will have the last laugh without question. It's sad, man. It's sad. It's so sad. The Modern Investor said this one time, man. If you guys haven't checked out the Modern Investor channel, you definitely want to check that out. That dude's got, I don't know, he's close to 100,000 subs or something like that. But he said this one time, and I remember that was one of the things. That was probably the thing that really got me to start a channel on the whole nine. Because he said in his words, I'm afraid that the masses will not get into the digital asset space until Wall Street tells them it's okay to do so. And I remember thinking about that, right? Because, old money, right, owns Wall Street. I remember thinking, oh, man, that's freaking sucks. That's sad, and it's probably true. So I said, look, I can't control the world, but I can do my part, right? I can do my part to get the masses involved in the digital asset space. So I started my channel, started doing videos at home, and then eventually started doing them in the car, uploading them. That's how I started the channel. That's how I started the channel, So you're gonna get that. I got my dues. I tell you, I used to be air traffic controller back in the day, and before I started, my own thing, and my dues. I talked to my dudes from back when I had a gig. I talked to them like a month ago. Like, yo, you need to get in the digital asset space. You need to get in. You need to find out what's up with XRP. They're all, they have me on speakerphone because I was talking to one dude, and they have a break room, and he went in the break room, put me on speaker, and I'm trying to tell him what's up. Like they're good. They don't get it, man. And the challenge is they make good money, right? I mean, where I was working as air traffic controller, I mean, you're making, 6 figures and beyond, right? So you're doing good. So they're thinking they're good. They don't understand that fiat money eventually is going to be second. It's going to be second in value. Digital assets will be number one in value. They don't understand it. One day that is going to happen. And if you don't have some digital assets, look what's going on with these pensions and stuff right now. Pensions, which holds a bunch of fiat money, is running to the digital asset space, running 2, 3, 4, 5% of their portfolio into the digital asset space. Wealth transfer from your pocket to Brad G's pocket. Brad's going to do okay, but he deserves to do okay, and I'm going to do okay, and I deserve to do okay. Alvin Restrepo. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? What else is going on here? Let me do this. I was going to go over another article here, man. He who laughs loud, he who laughs last. He who laughs last laughs loudest without question. Their silence will be deafening when XRP moons That is without question, man. And Robert, I got to tell you, I could see it as though I was sitting in front. My dude was sitting in front on the other side of me, in front of me, man, across this table. I can see his face. I can hear my family. I can hear my boys. I can hear my friends. I can hear it. I can hear the damn. I should have listened. Damn. You what? You had what? And you made what? And you what? I can hear it, man. I can hear it, Robert. It's loud and clear, and it's tough. Crypto dictator, what's good? What's going on, man? XRP is going to kill it without question. Crypto dictator. Bounty Griffiths is 120,000 subs. So you're saying that the modern investor has 120,000? That dude is out of control. Is that what you're saying, Bolton Griffiths? 120,000? So Crypto Dictator's got a little bit of a diversified portfolio. They got some XRP, got some Cardano, got some VeChain. I'm with VeChain. You got some Digibyte, and you got some Chainlink. Man, you're smart. Anything else I should be holding? Well, I can't tell you what to hold, bro. Listen, I only had 3 of the ones you mentioned. XRP, I had Cardano, got rid of Cardano, I got some more VeChain. So I only hold 2 myself personally. Well, that's not true. I got a teeny weeny thing of EOS. I don't know why, but I do. I got some Chainlink and I got rid of it. And you know, it's so Chainlink is so hard for me, right? Because it's in the $1 or so value, and it's like it's nothing about the project. This has nothing to do about the project. To me, it's all about the price of where it is right now. Because the project and the partnerships, aren't they doing something with Google? It's amazing. It's just that the dollar thing. And for me, I'm going to save my fiat currency for dollar priced stuff for XRP, right? Because I'm going to be doing XRP probably till $10, to be honest with you. Me personally, I'm going to be snatching up XRP probably till 10. Probably. I might stop at 5, but probably till 10. Because I do think, here's my thing. If Ethereum got to, 1,500, 1,700, there's no doubt, zero doubt in my mind that XRP can get there. It's going to have the highest case of it's going to have the highest case of utility in the world. In other words, they're going to be able to point to this partnership and this real partner. So, MoneyGram and in fact, let me show you something. This was from Yahoo Finance, guys. I got to show you this. Let's see. Fortunately, it may be a little bit on the freeze tip here, but let me find that. This is a great article. You got to check it out. It sucks that when I go to this other scene, it freezes, but I have to do it. I'm going to show you this article. Check out this article. This is from Yahoo Finance, guys. I just want you to think about this. Think about this question and where we are in the digital asset space. It says, this is yahoofinance.com or finance.yahoo.com, right? Mainstream media, right? The masses, the vast majority of people outside the digital asset space. This is where they go. It says, which crypto projects are closing partnerships with major brands? This is dated November 27th. One of the most important aspects of digital assets is adoption. Without mass adoption by new blood, the future for crypto looks bleak, and there will likely never be another bull run. As such, it is critical that cryptocurrency projects, I don't even know why I said that, it is critical that digital asset projects close deals with major retail-oriented brands to increase visibility and get the word out there, without question. Over the last month, there has been some movement in this area. Over the last month, come on, dude. There's been some movement in this area by a handful of projects. And the first one he wants to discuss is Ripple and MoneyGram. This is going to be the what I want to say, the standard. This is going to be the thing. This is going to be the catchphrase. This is going to be how Yahoo and Bloomberg and Wall Street. This is what these articles is what's going to happen. Is they're going to start educating. They're going to start letting the masses know about the digital assets, because the masses this is where they're going to turn to. Ripple partners with MoneyGram. I love this. I spoke with Brad Garlinghouse at Swell about the MoneyGram partnership with Ripple and what's next for the money transfer industry. Using Using on-demand liquidity will strengthen and streamline the settlement engine that lets our customers send money in over 200 countries and territories. This is in finance.yahoo.com. As reported by CoinRivet, Ripple has brokered a new deal with money remittance services MoneyGram. MoneyGram announced that Ripple has successfully acquired a further, you guys heard about this, a further $20 million worth of equity in the NASDAQ listed company. Do you see how he's got that in capital letters, in all caps? Why? Why do you think NASDAQ is up there like that? Because the masses understand NASDAQ. And so when they see MoneyGram and they say Ripple, they're going to say, why is Ripple and who is Ripple and what is freaking XRP? So this is Wall Street and old money, which owns the media, saying, okay, let's start spreading the word, right? Schwab just purchased TD Ameritrade. What do you think they're going to be doing next? What do you think they're going to be doing with their clients? Do you think they're going to suggest that those clients spend the majority of their money on Bitcoin and Ethereum? Or do you think they're going to tell them about XRP and say, yeah, they you know MoneyGram, don't you? You guys are familiar with MoneyGram. You see what I'm saying? These are the conversations that are about to take place. So MoneyGram announced that Ripple has successfully acquired a further $20 million worth of equity in the NASDAQ listed company, having already invested $30 million earlier this year. The cool thing about the partnership, in his opinion, is that Ripple's on-demand liquidity technology uses XRP digital assets to send money globally and instantly for low fees. This means extra utility for XRP. This is a dude who's a contributor of some sort for finance.yahoo.com. Earlier this month, it was announced that SBI Ripple Asia, a Tokyo-based entity using Ripple's blockchain technology, launched the first ever blockchain remittance service between Japan and Vietnam with near zero settlement times. My future brother-in-law just got some digital assets for the first time today, XRP. And I told him to go check out SBI. And I told him to go check out Livecoin Watch and go learn more about XRP. And he's like, man, there's so many things out there about XRP and Ripple. Yep, there are. Ripple is also working with SBI Holdings to provide a Ripple-powered MoneyTap app, which lets users make payments using just a QR code or a phone number. What do you guys think about that? Isn't that a great question to be asking? Like, that's going to be the question. That's what I was looking for. That's going to be the question that's going to be going around. That's what's going to be going around and going around and going around and going around. That's the question. Like, what are these digital assets and these digital asset companies? What are they really doing? That's going to be the deal. And eventually, like people like my dudes at my old job, that's what they're going to be saying. Oh, well, what do you do with it? How do you use it? Someone real smart might even say, well, what problem is it really solving? Why do I need to have an XRP? Or, all these different things, right? And what they're going to do is not listen to me, right? because your boys won't listen to you, but they'll listen to me, and my boys won't listen to me, but they'll listen to you. So our boys aren't going to listen to us, but they will listen to CNBC, and they will listen to MSNBC, and they will listen to finance.yahoo.com. And old money knows that. That's how you know we're moving further along to this bull run. It's because old money has given the word to the mainstream media, which they own. Let's start putting this stuff out there. Without question. Can't you see it? Crypto Cage, what's good, bro? This thing, man, this thing just, I bought VeChain doing things without question. Let me go back to see what I'm supposed to say. What's up with my dude? I tell you what, guys, I moved the stream just a little bit. Crypto Cajun, what's going on, my friend? How you doing, bro? Glad to see you in the stream, man. The real Rick G is in the building. Oh, man, that's why I keep trying to tell my girl, look, I can't do an hour stream. I get on here, my family gets on here, and I can't stop talking. I can't stop hanging out. So I had to wait for them to leave the house, right? They went out to go check out Christmas stuff, right? Decorations and all. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good on that. You guys go do your thing. What's going on, Crypto Cajun? Good to see you in the stream. The real Rick G is in the building. What's going on, man? Drinking the best beer in the world, Cristal. I hear you. I hear you, my dude. I hear you. Staff Sergeant of Marines. Data, I've not checked into it. That's one that I have not clicked on, checked out the team, who's the financial people behind them. I have not looked into that, man. I have not. Staff Sergeant Marines have not looked into it. What's up with Crypto Mike Shan? Oh, Robert, you check out Crypto Mike, man. Tell me what you like about Crypto Mike, Robert. I'm curious to hear what you think. I get on there, then I kind of get off. I don't know. Tell me what you like about him. Robert Westberg says, preach it, brother. Fiat is for those asleep. For those that are woke, it's crypto. It's without question. It's digital assets. That's what it's about. That's what I can't wait for this, whether they're going to call classification or whatever it's going to do, utility token or this other kind of thing. But when they do, that will be it. It's no going back. It's a classification. It's an asset. It's a digital asset. And sometimes the digital asset is going to function as a currency. Sometimes it's going to function as a utility. You know what I mean? I can't wait. It's right around the corner. It's coming. It's coming, Robert. That quote unquote classification or whatever denomination. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe they'll lump them in with the traditional commodities, but it's coming. And when it comes, it's over. It's a digital asset and it functions this way. This digital asset functions in that way. Digital asset really is not an asset. That type of thing. The real Rick G says, a toast to all XRP hodlers, come hell or heaven, without question, bro. That is what it's about. Resolve that you're going to win this game that old money's trying to play. Resolve that you're going to win. Resolve that you're going to win. That you're going to become that savvy investor that they cannot aim, they cannot mess with. Yeah. Oh, Crypto Dictator. So you watch Crypto Mike also, right? I'm trying to get on to him a little bit. I'm trying to check him out a little. I don't know. I'm trying to see. I don't know. He goes in these. I don't know. So Robert, if you're checking him out, you're saying this dude is a smart dude, huh? Crypto Dictator says, I'm ready for retirement. Moon, please. Devon Steve at Crypto Siege. I do think that sometimes we do overthink the possible outcomes. The banks are going to want the crypto we hold on our nanos, etc. We may have to hand it over or lose it. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. That is exactly right. That's what I'm afraid of. Very afraid of that. Yeah, man. Shane Robinson. Yeah, I turned a lot of people onto that coinfairvalue.com. Now I got turned on to it by these very, very smart guy, Cryptopolis, and I like it. I check it. I'm gonna go over that right now, Shane Robinson. I'm gonna go over that right now. I think it's an interesting site. I get it. It's a couple, three cats, right, to put a site together, put their own algorithm together. I get that, but I like what they do. Let's go check out this coin fairvalue.com. Let me make sure it's refreshed. What we got here? So Bitcoin. This is called coinfairvalue.com in case you guys have not ever saw this site. And it gives you some definitions. If you mouse over it, it tells you some of the definitions for the different kind of categories that they have. And I get it. It's a couple, 3, 4 guys who put the site together, put their own thing together. I get that. But I heard that this CoinFairValue was put together kind of in conjunction with, I believe, CoinShares. Someone knows about that, please correct me. Let me show you what they have as their definition for fair value. Now, let me read this up top first. We don't speculate. Fair values displayed here are based on current usage of each coin. They don't contain speculation on future variations of their usage. We leave speculation to investors. Now, did I change over the scene so you guys can see these prices as well? I might have forgot to do that. I think this way you can see it again. So let me read that again, just in case. We don't speculate. Fair values displayed here are based on current usage of each coin. They don't contain speculation on future variations of their usage. We leave speculation to investors. And over here, they got what fair value means to them. Intrinsic or theoretical value of the coin according to its current usage. Fair value is the result of a new yet simple rational economic model for currencies, similar to what discounted cash flows is for stock. And again, I'm going to say it again. I understand that it's probably 2, 3, 4 people put together a site, right? They come up with their own kind of thing. And this is what they put together. But I like it. It makes a lot of sense to me. This is another one. I don't want to go over that one. But let's go here. So it's got the current prices on the exchange and then what they call fair value. And I just think it's interesting that XRP's fair value keeps going up. In fact, it's moved into the number 3 spot. And I'm wondering what made that happen. How did they determine 1, 2, 3, 4? Interesting to me. I wonder what did that. Huh, interesting. I don't know. Yeah, interesting. So current price XRP is basically 23 cents, 22.97. The fair value price is $1.27.5. Bitcoin's price is currently $7,750. It's up a few hundred. And the fair value is $6,114.27. And again, this is like a typical chart, right? So green things are good and red things not so good. Not so good. So the fair value change in the last 24 hours for XRP is up 8.66%, and for Bitcoin is down 0.17%. Interesting thing. I like the chart. I think it's very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. So Stellar right now is 5 cents. And the fair value they're saying is 13.94%, basically 14 cents. Binance Coin, $15, fair value, $74. Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting, guys. But if you haven't checked it out, do yourself a favor. Go check it out. Learn about the different coins, the different metrics, and how they put them up there. I think it's very, very, very good reading. I really, really do. It's certainly interesting in the least. Guys, 64 guys, people in the stream. I appreciate you guys being here. So yeah, Shane. So yeah, I like coin value, man. Robert says my family was the same way. I bought 100 XRP for them and told them to send me their Coinbase wallet addresses so they could hold it. Now they buy once in a while. Forced them to get into the market. I hear you. That's smart. That was very, very smart, Robert. Staff Sergeant Marine says, CJ, I am not selling until at least $200. The tax implications are just not worth it for me selling any sooner. I hear you. Plus, Coinbase has restructured their fee structure. Yeah, and I'm sure they restructured so that they get more money. Coinbase, I tell you. I watch that every day because I think it is a really true measure. I hear you. I do as well, my friend. I bought Charlie's bag. Says V-Change is doing its thing. It is, has always been. I just believe personally that they're in their own lane, doing their own thing. I think Sonny Lou is a genuine, sincere, genuine, smart guy. So let's see if he wins. Right? That's the deal. Let's see if he wins. And my thing is my bet on him and V-Chain winning is worth the risk. I think it has a great reward to it. So the whole risk and reward for V-Chain for me is significant. You know. Yep, the real Rick G. I remember that. Maybe our freaking corrupt government will make all XRP hodlers sell our bags to them like they did with gold back in the day. That is a possibility, and yes, they did do that with gold, and that is a very, very, very real possibility because the retail market, you know, it wasn't meant for us. It was not meant for us. It was meant for a back-end settlement mechanism for the banks, financial institutions, small enterprise, SMEs, whatever you want to call them. Correct. That is absolutely correct. How many feel like the NASDAQ and that liquidity index is going to be significant in determining the value of XRP? Are you guys familiar with the fact that NASDAQ has an XRP liquidity index, the same as they do for Bitcoin and Ethereum? Anybody in here besides me wondering why they just up and decided to do that? Like NASDAQ, why would NASDAQ up and just up out of nowhere and just decide, yeah, we're going to do a liquidity index? Jag17, what's your thoughts on Stellar? I don't have any real thoughts on Stellar. I just think I don't know. If I really don't know. You know, like I really don't know what's going to happen with Stellar, and that's because, quite honestly, to be fair, I haven't followed it, so I don't follow them. I don't know if they have any YouTubers. I don't know if they have a podcast. So I don't follow the project. I just think anything that's kind of in the same lines, in the same space as XRP, I don't follow. It doesn't mean it's not going to be a good thing. But I couldn't give you any honest and fair assessment, Jag17, about Stellar. Martin 958 says, ALQO looks very good. What is ALQO? I've never heard of that. Crypto Dictator says, Chainlink was Teeka Tiwari's. Yeah, I know. He mentioned that one. Yeah. And yeah, gotta be careful with Teeka because, I mean, listen, he understands how the game works, and once something's pumped or promoted, it can do its thing. But he's also backing it by some good facts, right? So we all know the Chainlink is doing its thing and making its moves. Absolutely. You know, absolutely. And I understand that's why you bought some. Absolutely. Teeka, to be honest with you, is the guy who turned me on to XRP, Crypto Dictator. He was the guy who turned me on to XRP. But he didn't, I wasn't aware of Teeka and his thing. So I wasn't around when he was recommending to his clients at 5 cents or less than 5 cents. Maria Ritchie, oh my goodness, how are you? How are you? Good to see you in the stream. Sorry it took me so long to get you a comment. I respect you being an air traffic controller. Not an easy job. Not an easy job at all. I am a pilot. I understand. Absolutely. I'm glad to hear that. So you got a private pilot's license. What do you fly? Tell me what you fly, Maria. Yeah, so it's to be honest with you, it's the only job I've ever had, Maria. Only job I've ever had was air traffic controller. Like I never did any kind of other kind of work, and so I started very, very young. I was blessed to be able to serve the United States Navy, and that's where I learned, picked up the profession there as air traffic controller. And ever since I was 18, I was talking to planes. You know, clear to land, clear for takeoff, radar contact, turn left heading, all that. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I tell you what, if I would have been without children, I probably would have stayed in that profession. I probably would have stayed until, I don't know, 60 something or whatever. But I did not, because I had a young daughter at home and special needs son, and I wanted to be home with them. So I had to start a business so that I could, match the cash flow that I was making as air traffic controller at the highest level facilities in the world, and walked away very, very young. So, but I love it, absolutely love it. So please tell me what you're flying. Did you get your IFR license? Are you IFR rated, Maria? I would love to hear from you. What's this Thomas saying? What's Thomas saying here? Thomas is saying, Siege, I feel as though we, the XR community, are all time travelers, if you will, for the reason being is that we see the future with XRP. So clearly, it's as if we've been there 5 to 10 years out. Yeah. And that's the thing, Thomas. That's a great point. And I just hope my prayer, guys, we got 69 people in the stream and 54 likes. Please smash the likes if you got to close out the chat for a bit and smash the likes. I would definitely appreciate that. It helps with the algorithm. We're trying to reach as many people, in the masses as we can to bring them into the digital asset space. Not necessarily they have to do it XRP, but we certainly want to have them get into the space and then, help them, educate them about all things XRP. So, yeah, and so, 5 to 10 years out, I think the key, Thomas, and it's a smart point to make is another reason why I'm doing the channel is to help people understand, that it's going to take some time, and here's the thing, and I've said this before, Warren Buffett is quoted as saying, if once you do your own homework and you do your due diligence and you look into a project, right, you find out about the team, you find out about the CEO, the CTO, you find out about the devs, you find out about the people who, that are investing in the company, and you make your decision, right? He says, if you can't hold on to that particular thing that you decided to invest in, if you can't hold on to that for 10 years, then you shouldn't hold on to it for 10 minutes. And I believe that wholeheartedly. Is what I live by. And so, and I want people to kind of, the key for us here, that new generation, the new wealth is we have to improve upon our financial IQ. We have to level it up. And part of leveling it up is exercising patience. Because I believe that the message coming out of Swell, I believe without question what Brad was trying to get across and David was trying to get across to the XRP YouTubers is 3 things. Number 1, knowledge about what you hold. Number 2, patience about where we're going. And number 3 is mature. Understanding that we have to mature, Ripple has to mature, XRP and ODL has to mature. It's going to take some time. Yeah, they're still working on IBM. Okay, they are. Okay, yeah, that is a good thing. Crypto Dictator. If they're still working with IBM, that's good for Stellar. Brian says, not Brian Schreier, but Breyer. But Brian says, I intend to win the game without question. I hear you, man. I hear that's what it's about to me. Crypto Dictator says, me too, Brian. I've been stacking since 2017. Glad to see you in the space, man. Legendary. They're coming slowly, but they're coming. Absolutely. That I do not know. That's the first time I've ever heard of that, MG. MG says, is it true that Warren Buffett bought 60-something million XRP? MG, if there was some way in the world that you could turn me on to even a sniff of that, I would like to see it. Is it was that published somewhere? Was that on Cointelegraph or CoinDesk, Bitcoinist.com? Was a YouTuber saying it? And you got any kind of breadcrumbs for me to go down that rabbit hole, I would definitely appreciate that, MG. I have not heard of that. But here's the thing that I would tell you. I would not in the freaking least bit be surprised, because the dude will talk about Bitcoin, but he won't talk about XRP. And I know some very, very, very smart. I mean, he will dog out. He will, excuse my language. He will shit on Bitcoin. But you never hear these cats doing that about XRP. Never. The best they can say is, well, we don't know if the bank's going to use it. The banks might use it. They may not. They never talk about the technology. They never, right? They never try to dog out the technology. They never try to dog out, right? When they talk about Bitcoin, like, who's the CEO of Bitcoin? Like, who's the team? Who is the CTO? Who is this freaking Satoshi? Not right? But they don't do that about XRP. I'm talking about some smart people, like Jim Rickards and Doug Casey. They can say all kind of other things about Bitcoin. Never do they say it about XRP. Never do they say it about XRP. Ever. So I would not be surprised, given the fact, MG, that this dude is doubling down on his purchase of Bank of America, and we all know that Bank of America filed a patent with Ripple mentioned in the patent. And I just did a deep dive, not a deep dive. I didn't do the deep dive. My dude from SPQR Media, Lee, did a deep dive on Bank of America, and it is massive what they're doing. It's massive. Robert, by the way, did you get a chance to check that out? That stream I did on Bank of America? So MG, you got anything for me about that? Anything? But I'm gonna tell you right now. Anybody doubt? Would anybody in this stream be surprised if they found out that Warren Buffett bought 60 million something worth of XRP? Would anybody in the stream? And guys, I appreciate you guys taking the time to smash out the likes. I really do. I really do appreciate that. Would anybody in this stream be surprised? I think I just asked 3 questions in a row. But would anybody in the stream be surprised if we found out that Warren Buffett purchased 60 something million XRP? I don't know how much that costs, but it feels like a lot. Would anybody in the stream be? But MG, if you got any kind of breadcrumbs on that, Brand, I would appreciate it. Because I would just, I would just go down that trail, try to follow that. I would, any kind of breadcrumbs on that, I would go see what's up with that. Brian says at Crypto Siege, I am looking forward to retiring in 5 years or less. I hear you, man. I hear you. And I just, digital asset space can bring some cash flow, right? And that's all. That's what it's about, man. It's about cash flow, and then it's about, for me anyway, it's about cash flow first, generational wealth next. It was a dude in the stream. I haven't seen him in a while, young man. I haven't seen him in a while. I don't know what's up. But he was like 21 years old. And this dude said in the stream, I think it's like my first live stream. He said in the stream he had been investing in XRP check this out, every single week. Every week, without fail. He hasn't missed a week. 21 years old. He hasn't missed a week for over 2 years. Hasn't missed a week. I'm like, man, that's impressive right there. Good for you. That's what I'm hoping for, Crypto Dictator. Hopefully we will have a bunch of new wealthy friends soon. We will all need to stick together after we are rich, without question. We will need to stick together because the greatest thing, the greatest fear I have is, people mooning and then they don't know what to do. Out there buying Lambos and all that. I mean, I get it, but man, you got to keep that cash flow. You got to keep that net worth up. And expensive Lambos and stuff, they don't, unless you get the really ones, they don't tend to keep its value. Some of them do. Mo Korim says, hi, CJ, bro. How you doing, Mo? What's going on, man? I don't think I've seen the stream before. Glad you're here. Yeah. I wouldn't doubt that at all, Shane. Warren Buffett been lying from day one. He's on top of this. Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, and the rest. Yeah, I don't doubt it, man. I don't doubt it. John Morgan says, what's going on, man? It's good to see you in the stream. I don't think I've seen you here before. Siege, didn't you have the sense that geopolitical events will be what ignites the fuse? Without question. Yeah, it absolutely will be, because this is what I say in all my streams. The global economic crisis has zero patience and waits on no one. So that's happening without question. That's right. Robert says XRP, the digital asset not to be uttered in the media, without question. Brandon L., what's going on, man? Good to see you in the stream, bro. Hope you had an excellent holiday, my friend. Ryan Hannibal says nope. What did you say nope to, Ryan Hannibal? You started it, Robert, but need to finish it. Okay, yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah. And he sent me, he emailed me like the link so you can kind of go over each one. Ginormous. It's ginormous. Bank of America is, here's what I'll say. The people from Bank of America are not the people from freaking Western Union. That's what I'll tell you. Because them cats at Western Union, I don't understand them. Mo Kareem said, I'd be surprised if he didn't, to be honest. Yeah, that's a great point, Mo. Now, Warren Buffett says he hates crypto, Alvin, but I'm not buying he hates crypto. I believe he hates Bitcoin, just like the same way Madame Lagarde will say not the Bitcoins or the Ethereums, but trust me, the way that dude studies, Warren Buffett, he'll sit and read three books a day. He'll sit and read for hours a day. Hours. He has to know about XRP, and he has to know because Warren Buffett can say, "Oh, Ripple, the company out in San Francisco. Oh, let me find out what they. Oh, Brad Garlinghouse, right? He can study that. He can't study Bitcoin. He can't wrap his brain around that, but he can wrap his brain around Ripple, the company, and he can wrap his brain around XRP and the problem and the real world problem that it's looking to solve. He can wrap his brain around that. If I can wrap my brain around it, he surely can wrap his genius brain around it. You guys know that dude's like a genius. Right? It's not. He didn't pick up some kind of good habit and learn how to invest. Like that dude is a genius. What else we got going on here? I would be surprised if he did not buy XRP. I bought Charlie's Bass says the same thing. I would be surprised if he did not buy XRP. But MG, are you still in the stream? Please tell me, did you get any kind of confirmation on that at all? Ryan Hannibal, in regards to the Warren Buffett comment, and maybe you guys talking amongst yourself there. 179 Kevin is in the stream. What's going on, man? Brandon L says, that was me, bro. I'm 39, though. Gotcha. Charlie, I bought Charlie's bag, says 39? Life begins at 40 for a minute. This is nuts, says, would love you to give your insight into a future wealth preservation. Okay. I will tell you one thing is a couple books you want to start with. Number one, This is Nuts. You want to read Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and just understand that book was written in a while, so some of the stuff's outdated in terms of philosophies, but a lot of it does still apply. And then number two, I would definitely recommend you reading Money Master the Game by Tony Robbins. It's a pretty big book, but it's definitely worth the read. And then I would also recommend the Rich Dad. I don't know if it's richdad.com or Rich Dad on YouTube or richdad.com podcast, but I would definitely check that out. At Crypto C says, yes, you did? That's what, oh man, what? Robert Westberg says, yes, I worked for Bank of America for several years. And when it comes to strategic planning, they are very good. It's the tactical execution they have issues with most of the times. Yeah, they're smart, man. They're smart. And did you know, Robert, that there was a patent with Ripple in it that Bank of America filed? Did you know that? Man, I try to scroll and it shows. Thomas says, always use a percentage of your interest gained from your principal. Never spend the principal. If you do that, you will never go broke, period. Yep. But will only gain wealth daily, yearly, and forever. Great point, man. Great advice, Thomas. Global Assets. I like that name. How you doing, my friends? Glad to see you in the stream. Got the XRP symbol. I like that. They don't want you to know what they invest in. Don't listen to what they say. Watch what they do. Excellent point. Thomas says XRP is right out of Buffett's value playbook, and it hits all the marks. I hear that, man. That's a good point, Thomas. I don't know his value playbook, but that's a good point. I haven't read any of his things. I feel bad that I haven't. I watched this documentary the other day. Excellent documentary. My gosh, smart guy. But yeah, I could see it because what does he look at? He looks at great companies, and I'm surprised he Yeah, he didn't invest in it. He didn't invest in it, but that Bank of America thing makes sense. So if he bought it, if I'm telling you, man, if I get a breadcrumb of that, anything, I'm waiting for MG to tell me something. But he heard it. Like, I need to know, where'd you hear it? I mean, even if it was an XRP, even if it was just on YouTube, I would just love to kind of check it out and start looking down that rabbit hole. That's right. He does, Shane Robinson. Shane Robinson says Buffett owns huge amounts of Bank of America. Yes, he does. That means, and he just amped it up, right? He just amped it up. That means it runs on Ripple. So he knows what he's doing. Yeah, without question, man. He just double, I don't want to say double down, but he just upped the ante on his holdings for Bank of America. Because so if we know about that patent with Ripple, surely he does. Jason Go2 says, first, what's good, bro? Glad to see you in the stream. Jeffrey Webb, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Yep, that's what I recommended to him as well. I mean, he's got some good stuff. And again, I know that first book is, some of the principles there's a little bit outdated, but it's a great place to start without question. Cash Flow Quadrant still applies to this day by Robert Kiyosaki. You definitely want to check that out. Rich Dad Poor Dad in the background of my avatar pick. Amazing read. Absolutely, said TJ Jackson. I knew you were a smart dude, bro. I knew you were a smart dude. 416 Crypto, what's good? Glad to see you in the stream, man. Mickey N. Oh my God, this guy says Ripple's a scam. Trust me, guys. Ripple projects, that is what it's intended for. Ripple is a scam. Trust me. XRP funds Ripple projects. That is what it's intended for. Oh my gosh, Mickey N. You just don't understand. TJ Jackson, cash flow constant is a good one. Absolutely, sure is. I read the Unfair Advantage as well. That's another good one. TJ Jackson. Robert Westbrook said, at Crypto Seeds, yes, I heard about their patent with detail. Okay, cool. Yeah, absolutely. I'm telling you, they're and you finish that stream and you go to those things. I'm telling you, Bank of America is making moves, and it's a big one. Mo Kareem says, it's probably Kareem. I say follow the money, and Warren is the epitome of money. If you look up the word money in the Oxford Dictionary, Kids Edition, you'll see a picture of Warren sitting on a yacht smoking a blunt. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Yo, that guy's a smart guy, man. I just thought he was kind of like, a little business savvy or whatever. Got good on some stocks or whatever. But no, he's smart. Like, he's like a genius thing. Yeah, I don't know why why he would say anything like that. But that's crazy. Think about that. But guys, listen, I'm gonna hop off here because I wanna hop back on and cover some more stuff. And we've been almost 2 hours on the stream. Let me see something here. Covered that. Yeah, because I want to cover this White House briefing. But yeah, so guys, listen, we're in a blessed spot, to be XRP holders. Is it even in a better blessed spot, in my opinion, to be so early in this digital asset space? Jungle Inc. What's this say from Thomas? Jungle Inc. titled an August video what, Thomas, before I go? Oh, Ripple XRP invests like Warren Buffett premium assets when price is depressed. Oh, really? I like Jungle. I have to go check that out. I hope it was in August he did it. Okay. Ripple XRP invests like Warren Buffett premium asset when price is depressed. Yeah. I'm trying to see if Warren Buffett somehow got some XRP and it's just not telling anyone, because I'm sure they're trying to keep that on. I am sure they are trying to keep that under wraps. 179 Kevin, the EU, India, Japan, Taiwan, and several more countries saying they are or will use Ripple. You're a fool if you think XRP isn't going to be used. Like, anyone who thinks XRP is not going to be used I guess when they hear MoneyGram say how they're using it, I guess they don't believe MoneyGram. Yeah. Shane Robinson later, bro. All right, brother. I'll see you on the next one, man. Another great streaming account. I appreciate that. E-man, remember, fast money is not realistic. Yes, E-Man. Glad to see you in the stream, and that's a great point. Expect to hold for 5 or more. Also, expect the bumpy road without question. All great things go through 3 phases, man. And anything great is going to take 10 years, right? For me, I've always said it's going to take 10 years to make that kind of thing happen, right? And you remember Warren Buffett said this, and it's true. After you do your due diligence, you do your homework, you do your own research, you invest in a thing. If you cannot hold on to that thing for 10 years, you should not hold on to that thing for 10 minutes. Words of wisdom right there. John Citizen 76. Hey, no worries, bro. I'll catch you on the next one. Hello, C. Sorry I missed it. Getting it on the replay. Yes, definitely want to check it out, my friend. Thomas says, thanks, CJ. Always see you later. Robinson, always, bro, man. Marines take care of Navy. Yes, right. Hoorah. That's right. Marines take care of Navy. That's right, bro. Hoorah. That is without question. Always have our back. See you on the next one. Brian Schreier, you need more super chats for your great streams. Thank you, Brian Schreier. I appreciate that. That's right. I know what you're talking about, Shane. Latest Seas, thanks for the stream, brother. 10 years. 10 years? Yeah, but we're already 6 or 7 years in already. Yeah, absolutely. 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 But ODL, remember ODL has been only out for 1 year, so we have to keep that into account as well. Now, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap this up, man. Listen, guys, never ever forget this, guys. Never ever forget this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our time to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.